Hey, good morning. What's going on, guys? I've been gone for a little while. Going through some stuff, and then I'm gonna say I just haven't had it in me to make a video. I just haven't. Every time I think about it, I do. Every night I think about different things to talk about, discuss, share, get out there. I even in my notes section, when I see something, an article about something, I'll put it aside and say I labeled it videos to make, but I just haven't had it in me, considering everything that's happened. I know that last video I made was for a good close friend of mine that lost his wife, and that is why a part of what's been going on for me. You guys know often I talk about the mental health side, right? Talk about getting a goat, squeeze a goat, hug a goat, how it helps. Because those of you who followed along know that I have the PTSD, obviously, depressions, anxieties, suicide years and years ago, attempts, things like that, bipolar potentially, just the mental health issues that arise. And it's a touchy subject. I get it. I was literally just doing a new hire orientation with some new hire employees, younger folks, in their 20s. And I just, in the conversation, found myself talking about some of the mental health side or things that we do about how our brain is like a computer, right? It's programmed, gets programmed in our childhood. And I was just explaining that to them, and it just kind of led me, as they intervened and spoke back, it kind of led me farther down the path. And I was just kind of encouraging them. I want to encourage you guys, like I told them prior to 2016, I was a complete brick wall. I didn't believe in the mental health at all. I thought it was crap, especially being a vet, a Marine, the way I was raised. That's weakness. You're showing weakness. You can't do that. Don't be weak. People can't see you're weak. And I was just reading some stats, but almost 1 billion people are projected worldwide to be suffering from some kind of mental health disorder or mental health disease, or whatever they may want to call it. Over 23% of Americans, right? So like a 1 in 5, 1 in 4 chance. I believe that everybody struggles with the mental health side, whether or not it's officially a disease or an illness or sickness that they have from it. Everyone is affected. Hence why you see folks, the life we live, right? But why you see folks who get addicted to drugs and alcohol, get addicted to other forms of things that try to self-medicate, right? Self-relieve what we're going through. And it's true, man. And I've been going through a lot of crap. I just had a couple days ago, pretty bad anxiety attack. Felt it coming on. It had been coming on for a few days, but this one came on hard, and I was trying to shut it down, man. And it ain't easy, when that kicks in. Those thoughts start running and everything starts going. And for me, maybe it's the middle age crisis point, right? 45, almost 46, with the deaths that have been going on, that's been striking me hard. A lot of different people, and they keep coming. Now my brain is seeing them, so even when I read articles or whatever, or go to Facebook, that's where I'm seeing more of, right? But it's been closer to home too. And a lot of these folks are younger, and then it's probably not helping with me reading articles about food and, the colon cancers and a lot of the cancers now, because apparently, like, I was just reading something, we got like a 1 in 2 chance, every other one of you listen to me, there's a good chance you may experience cancer, right? It's crazy considering all the foods. So couple that together with all those thoughts in mind and what's happening. So it's just got me kind of at a standstill, man. I'm I start self-doubting, doubting decisions, doubting thoughts, where I'm at in life, what I'm doing, career-wise, everything, right? It makes me want to spend more time with my kids, more and more time with them, because how much time do I have left on this earth, right? That's ridiculous to think, oh man, you're only 45, right? But considering everything that's happening. And then my work has really, really been getting to me. The things that have been happening, lack of putting responsibility where it belongs. There's a lot of things that are just happening that's really like, oh, so it's just compounded, right? And so that little brain of mine starts going off inside. More and more, you're not good enough, triggering a lot of those heart issues. And it builds up. You get a lot of weight in your shoulders. And so I want to encourage you, though, like I was telling these young folks, like, being that brick wall that I was in 2016, fearful to talk about it, worried what people would think about me, thinking that I was weak, inferior, I wasn't being a man, just being a punani, right? That was all designed to do what? Because I'm sorry, Everybody in your head, you're going to have frustrating situations, overwhelming things. That's just life. And you're going to want to go grab a bottle at the end of the day because you don't know what else to do with it, right? Cry into the bottle, right? Go out there and shoot a gun, blow something up because you got to release that. But most of the time what ends up happening is you bury it, especially for us men, and especially for us veterans. We bury it and we bury it and we bury it and we bury it and we bury it. We stuff it away. We compartmentalize it until it just explodes. It gets so big, the steam just comes out, right? And that's what you're taught to do. And you think that's the way, but I'm going to tell you right now, becoming transparent, be willing to recognize it, speak it. As you more speak it, it becomes more okay and more understanding where you know, yes, you have this going on. You have these issues that are current, but it's your brain's hearing you talk it out loud and your brain's realizing that. And you're not just stuffing it, you're allowing it to release. And it ain't easy. That's part of me. I still continue to stuff it. And so, you know, making the videos, I think, helps me a little bit sometimes to be able to talk about it and being able to talk to that new hire orientation just briefly. But community is huge, and I'm very bad at that. I'm very bad at having any close friends or someone to talk to. But having that close community, getting around them, being able to share, or just telling the person next to you. You know, I tell complete strangers sometimes, and it shocks people, but, you know, I'm like, don't ask me how I'm doing because I'm going to tell you. You know what I mean? I can't be afraid of that. I can't be afraid of people making fun of me or putting me down because I know they're just as broken or broken even worse, or maybe not as bad, but they have something going on too. And so they can be a bully all they want. I don't care if it's going to help me. And so I encourage you guys. You know, I'm not okay right now. I'm not, right? But eventually I will be. It's part of what I go through, right? Same thing for you. But I encourage you to talk about it. You know, I've been talking to different therapists and counselors. Unfortunately, with the VA, I think I'm at like 13, 14 different counselors since 2016. Unfortunately, when you deal with that kind of healthcare system, we have a major lack of, right? That's why I've always said I'd love to turn my channel into some kind of like weekly call-in and just allow people the space to talk. Because I'm telling you, when you can talk through it, get it out, what's going on inside you, you're not stuffing it, it doesn't compound as bad. And be okay. You know, like, drop in the comments what you're struggling with. Type it out in there. Give me something to respond back to. Don't be afraid. What are people going to say? I mean, it's not their life. They're not walking a mile in your shoes. Literally, they don't understand what's going on up here. They don't understand the struggles that you're going through, right? So who cares what they have to say? But you saying it, you sharing it, you allowing yourself. That's why I love to see more and more and more of these bigger named people and people willing to speak out. It's not weak, man. I don't care what anybody says. It's not weak. Weak, I don't even know what you would call weak. I think weak is not being able to handle it and drinking beers and lots of beers to get drunk. I think I was a weak man when I stayed hidden. I think I was too scared and too weak to share what was really going on and too afraid. So that's when I was a weak man, when I thought I was being strong. When I was drinking and getting high or whatever the case may be, that was me being weak. It even says in the great book, if you follow the great book, if you follow the Bible, it talks about having many counsel, just people to be able to open up to. So don't be afraid to open up. I'm going to attach, I was in the middle of that major anxiety attack, and I kind of got through most of it, but it was still there. And I would walk around outside because I had to lock up the animals after laying on the stairwell. And I kind of tried to talk through it. So I'm going to share that with you. This is me actually in the middle of an anxiety attack towards the end of it. If any of you have had those, they happen, man. And it doesn't make me a weak man or a horrible person. It's just an unfortunate thing that I have to deal with, the odds out there. So again, I encourage you, talk about it. Drop it in the comments. Send me an email. It doesn't matter to me. I'll talk, I'll share, because sharing is caring. I know that sounds lame, but getting it out there and talking about things, I'm telling you right now, there's a freedom in it. Learning to be transparent, there's a freedom in it. You don't have to hide. There's a lot of support out there, no matter what. So just some insight, guys. Just wanted to share that. I finally wanted to make something to get it going again. So maybe I might make more. I have been making videos with my son. My son's been loving it for his channel, his little YouTube channel. And he's 5, almost 6. We went fishing yesterday and made a really cool video. So I've been enjoying doing that. It's just I haven't had it in me to take the time to sit down and talk about anything. Now we got a bunch of stuff happening. Trump getting shot and just everything. But anyway, I hope you guys, again, I always say me speaking out, hopefully it helps one of you.